Well, the action still comes thick and fast here in Dubai at the Emirates Airlines Sevens. Canada versus USA. These two last met in Vegas in February this year. An outstanding plate semi-final. That was won by 24 points to 19 in Canada's favour. They played each other 27 times. Canada 16 victories, USA 11. Well, Gary and John can take heart from a positive Canadian performance against Fiji. Phil Mack starts this time round at scrum half. Kieran Hearn scored an excellent try against England, whilst Harry Jones adds pace on the wing. USA's coach Matt Hawkins still favours Carlin Isles to start from the bench. Duratalo, Thompson and Zach Test are three hard-working forwards. Fulu now is an excellent playmaker, whilst Nick Edwards has scored 45 tries in this, his 22nd IRB 7 Series event. Well, such excitement from that previous tie. Gavin Cowley alongside me. Scotland going out to a win by 21 points to 14. And, you know, this is a tremendous game in prospect as well, you know, against two great rivals.
Well, Scotland the brave it was. And now a question of US or Canada the brave. Of course, neighbours and fierce competitors too on the sporting field, and in particular today at the Sevens. HSBC Sevens World Series here in Dubai.
Well, Marius van der Vesthuizen in charge of his 39th match, and just sitting here watching over the last hour as the action unfolds. The sun sets down over that magnificent skyline of the Dubai, and then suddenly the atmosphere is all encompassing, isn't it? It's a bit like the Turin shroud that comes in over the top of you. And certainly the buzz outside is at its best. The Stars and Stripes against the Maple Leafs of Canada. So the restart, or the start of the game for Canada. Canada playing in their white strip. Good kickoff was by Kieran Hearn, but this is USA. On the far side, Andrew Duratalo takes the ball in, up to the halfway line. Oh, a little slip there from, I think it was Zach Test on the far side. Don't often see Zach Test make a mistake like that. There he is, the flying machine. And certainly for me, one of the most improved players on the circuit over the last few seasons. There you go. And that's how important he is to his team.
Yeah, he's gone past his coach. And exceptional players, Zach Test. He's got a bit of pace and the skills to go with it too. They'll need them tonight.
Played for the Oregon Ducks. Tremendous name, but he's one of the fastest in this team as well. So Canada on the attack. Harry Jones fancies the outside. Nick Edwards, in fact it's Justin Douglas, my apologies. Nick Edwards had him covered. Phil Mack then, that playmaker. Nayak Dala, John Moonlight, strong forward Moonlight. Dala also in there. Goes Connor Traynor, Phil Mack. So often the playmaker looking for the switch ball. Great cover tackle coming in there from Zach Test to wrap up Kieran Hearn. Ball still on for Canada though. Try time Canada, this time through Connor Traynor.
That's a classy start there from the Canadians, where they had the opportunity to work the ball upfield. They went left and right, and Phil Mack, who plays a lot like Will Guinea in 15s, he runs across the field looking for someone to maybe just do the switch with him, but the switch wasn't needed on this occasion. Connor Traynor with the little inside jink, and first blood to the Canadians.
Phil Mack has the additional 2 points to slot here. Can he convert Trainor's try? Is it squeezed in? Oh, it's in. It's off the upright. So Canada 5 points to 0. Of course, the scoring team in 7-a-side rugby kicks off, and such a feature of the game is the height that Kieran Hearn puts on the ball. Matt Hawkins, the USA head coach, so often at the heart of the performances of USA, has turned from coach to player coach, but deciding that he has to be here on the touchline this time to direct his troops. He felt he couldn't have an influence on the pitch anymore.
Sit.
So Phil Mack here.
That's not an easy thing to adhere to, is it? Players are looking to get in there, obviously, to scrum as hard as they can, as quickly as they can.
Fine. Sit.
Well, Matt waited for that scrum just to settle a wee bit. Look how sharp he is off the edge, having collected the ball. Gets the support and the angle run from Justin Douglas. Wonderful try here with Harry Jones. Can he get the ball down? Yes, he does. And just the angles of support and the intrusive running set, first of all, by Phil Mack off the scrum.
Canada, I guess, up against their neighbours, of course. Quite happy to have a full go, and this is a fantastic try again. Phil Mack, really the maker of that try, once again, very quickly from the scrummage. Not always that easy to score tries from set pieces.
Great camera work, isn't it, to see the excellence of the try. Phil Mack, this time, squeezes inside the posts. And Canada out to a 12-0 lead over the United States.
Well, the States, they haven't really touched the ball. It hasn't been an opportunity for them. It's been all Canada in terms of possession. And, yeah, lots of passes completed by them too.
Again, Kieran Hearn, look at the height on the ball. It allows Canada to challenge, but on that occasion, Thomason for the USA gathered high in the air. Now, Nua on the far side. Brett Thompson cuts back in against McDalla, gets him on the 10-yard line. The support comes in from USA. Duratalo, well, they one mitt that to pick up that rugby ball. Well, the chip and chase from Stephen Thomason. Thomason on a foot race with John Moonlight. Well, superb play by Moonlight. Plays the ball over the try line in his favour. Phil Mack is back there. Wonderful play by Canada. And from one end of the field up the other end they go. Zach Tess makes the tackle on Kieran Hearn. So they're going to have to attack from deep, Canada, but wonderful defensive effort to deny the United States a try. 12-0 up, a minute on the clock. Well, they often say you can't play sevens without the rugby ball, and at the moment, Canada are in command of that possession. Well, it's as good a performance as we've seen. We saw them, Canada, compete strongly against Fiji. Fiji looked out on their own at one point. Canada got back into a leading position before succumbing 19 points to 26. They lost 7 points to 47 against England. So this would give them great heart if they were to turn over their near neighbours.
Yeah, and they've also just worked out, just run the clock down, the opportunity to kick out. They've got the throw in. Their line out hopefully will be secure. And we're just about on half time.
Moonlight pops up into the sky. This is Harry Jones. Jones now, can he cut the angle? Nick Edwards, I don't think, could touch. And try time here for Harry Jones. Canada extend their lead out to 17 points to 0.
It's another terrific try that from Canada. From the line out, beautiful secured possession for Phil Mack, and then space found there. And we've seen that John Moonlight and Harry Jones, two big fellows, give them a little bit of space and they can really work with it. But Moonlight saved the day for Canada on his own try line and made sure that Harry Jones found enough space to get through.
Just everything seems to be falling on a plate for Canada. The angles of support, the tremendous off the ball running, and the sniping play from this man here, just trying to convert the try. Oh, it was a bit of a wobbly one, but they all count. So Canada and Gary and John will be chuffed to bits. Half-time score here, in this Pool C match. It's Canada 19, United States 0.
Drifting around, thousands and thousands of people, many playing rugby at all different levels. Scotty, I saw some guys, they must have been a good 60 years of age, tumbling around one of the side fields outside the stadium.
Second half then, underway. USA beaten 28 points to 5 by England, 36 points to 5 by Fiji. Can they overturn this 19-0 deficit as Phil Mack kicks the ball out of touch? Well, I thought I saw that Phil Mack touched that as it went into touch, so we have the benefit of our sharp cameramen from the side of the pitch. Phil Mack, though, he loved the throw-in. I think he looked upon that as a little bit of surprise.
Well, he had the choice, of course, and they took the line out, but he has a real chance now for Canada.
Well, Douglas has just gone an outside arc, and I must say, I haven't seen Nick Edwards. Nick Edwards is completely out of position there, and he's not looking as sharp, I think, as he used to look earlier in this season.
Just look at Justin Douglas, absolutely thrilled with that try of his year in Dubai. And that just stretches the lead to 24 points with a kick to come. And, well, he's going to look back on this and say it was a little easier perhaps than he thought it might have been.
Well, Gavin, that's exactly the words I was going to say. Sometimes it does make it look so easy, but Nick Edwards was caught so much out of position on the wing there. You can't afford to give a flying machine like Douglas on that side of the pitch so much room. So Phil Mack misses the touchline conversion, 24 points to 0 over the US.
Changes for the US with Colin Isles and Zach Mizell coming on. So really, Matt Hawkins' words at half-time. Unfortunately, the United States starting rather badly in the second.
Nick Edwards, his day's work is over for Canada, sorry, for the USA. Now, Andrew Duratello, he's big, gets the support of Nua, and Nua makes this one look so simple. Brought into the US 15s camp pre-Rugby World Cup 2011 as a fullback and ended up on the 7th radar. This is his 16th event, 15th try, and the 18th try in the whole series.
Well, excellent play from the 28-year-old to get them on the board, but I fancy it's a really tough ask, this, of course. Those 4 tries against them, but they've not given up fighting, and it was a fairly easy run-in as well for Falania. Changes made, and immediately Matt Hawkins will be happy that some points have been scored. Can they score a few more? Just 4 minutes left of this match.
Well, he was Tongan born and now married in the United States. Very much part of the Olympic programme. Superb chase there, wasn't it, to get the ball back into the USA hands by Brett Thompson. Now Carlin Isles goes into search ball. Nua, the try scorer. Up to the 10-yard line. USA go. Ball switched to Duratello. Often likes to take the contact. Offloads this time. On to Zach Mizell. Mizell, the collegiate student. Well, he ran into contact and the ball was held up.
There's going to be another change here with Canada bringing Connor Braid on. Just, I can't help but thinking that Kieran Hearn has got his kickoffs absolutely perfect. You know, it's set the trend for the Canadians. It's laid the platform for them to really be able to get out there and score tries, and 4 of them they've scored against 1.
The scrum in sevens, of course, the put-in is allowed by the scrum half. The referee doesn't call the ball in. Often think they should just get on with it in 15s as well.
Go 9. Go referee. Let them go. Just one word as well, Scott, I think about the referees, you know, it's there's been 2 days, of course, the women's yesterday, men's today, opportunities for them, and of course being very strict at the breakdown point, and also with players throwing the ball away. So good officiating.
Yeah, led by Paddy O'Brien. Look at this, Phil Mack. He's going to be tracked down though by Harry Jones, is he? Here's Carla Niles is also in the running, but Phil Mack out-sprints the Olympic athlete. Well, he had aspirations to be an Olympic athlete, I know, but he was a flying machine. But Phil Mack has looked really, really sharp off the scrum and line out today.
He's been quite terrific, really. He's an unsung hero in so many ways. And you heard at half-time as well, Geraint John just saying, you know, he was talking about playing off full. So he is a guy, he's definitely the playmaker, of course, but he's got such a good feel. And what I really like about him is those first 10 metres, he is so quick when he gets going and just opens up some space and opportunities for Canada. It's been a terrific game this for them. 5 tries.
Oh, the missed kick and conversion. 5 tries, 2 conversions, 29 points to 0. Canada go out into the lead. They've got this one well wrapped up. We'll be moving into D2. Harry Jones this time. Harry Jones pops the ball up in the air, well challenged there by the United States team.
Again, we see the value of a good kick-off opportunity here for Canada.
Well, they certainly call it the third set piece, but you know, I just wonder if it's almost the first set piece, is it not? Because as you said earlier on, Gavin, it just sets the tone at the start of the match. Mack then, who's been so influential in this tie. First look at Mike Schultz. Mack switches play on this far side, running down the tram lines is Parfait. Patrick Parfait. That's the 5-metre line, just in the middle of your picture. Nua goes in to try and clear bodies. It's all a bit scrappy. Well, Phil Mack plays football. Oh, how good is that? He has to be happy with that, but that just goes to show the overall footballing ability of this wonderful little scrum half.
Oh, that's one for the annals, isn't it? Just watch this, the little right footer, then the little left footer into the space. The big charge. Can I get to that before it goes into touch and goal? He absolutely can. Great finish, that.
Never knew he was a high jumper as well. Hey, what about this? He's got the conversion to come. So showing all the talent of a great sevens footballer. Well, stand up, Phil Mack. If there was a man of the match award in this tie, we'd be awarding it to you.
No question. Terrific play by him. Did everything his coach asked of him, and it was a great team effort, this from Canada. They're going to win this match. It's not quite over yet, although we've heard the hooter in the background. There'll be this kickoff, and then they'll call it a day.
Well, I often say in 7-a-side rugby, it doesn't matter what the scoreline is, you can always take something out a game of 7. Zach Test, however, misses the ball as he went for the grubber kick. Tackle comes in from Patrick Parfait.
Colin Niles hasn't touched the ball yet.
This time maybe. Well, here he goes. Will he get on the outside? Well, he left the ball behind. He ended up towards the try line. Spin in the tackle is Mike Schultz. Schultz, however, released ball. And here's Phil Mack. Has he just run out of steam, or does he fancy another? Ball recycled then by Canada. Patrick Parfait once again. And then on the angle, wonderful angle by Harry Jones. Hat-trick for Jones in this tie. And look at the smile that this young man's got on his face, and quite rightly too. 3 tries against his nearest rival. Rev the motorbike and running.
7 tries in all, and something that they could be really proud of. But it's Phil Mack, as you say, Scott, that really stands out.
And Gavin, was this a Harley Davidson?
Well, it could have been with a sidecar.
Yeah, Phil Mack is the sidecar. Harry Jones is the driver. The two of them in harness.
And now he's just got to rev this kick over. It's not an easy one.
Well, for Matt Hawkins, it will be back to the drawing board for his team and come out in day 2 for Phil Mack. Well, maybe he has to improve his kicking skills, but a wonderful tie there. And well, the final score, rather convincing win for Canada. They played the better sevens out the top drawer. 41 points to 7, the final score.